All right, let's bring in our legal eagles here. Avery Friedman, a civil rights attorney and law professor in Cleveland, and criminal defense attorney Richard Herman, joining us from Las Vegas. All right, good to see you both.
Good to see you.
Woo, wow, this is quite the case. Okay, so Avery, you first. So you see that Mr. Bobbitt has, challenged, and he's heard from the GoFundMe, company who says he is going to get his money. But let's get down to, Kate McClure, who actually crossed paths with Bobbitt way back when and made a promise. Is that what is going to ultimately help him retrieve the money, make his case, because she made a commitment, that she's going to help raise money for him when he was down on his luck?
Well, this case is, you couldn't hire screenwriters to come up with this, Frederica. The amazing story of Johnny Bobbitt, who was a drug-addled ex-Marine, a veteran, who was homeless. And Kate is stuck. She has no gas. And Johnny takes his last $20, puts gas in her car. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
So what Kate and her boyfriend Mark decided to do is go to GoFundMe, never dreaming that 14,000 people would jump into this. And they raised over $400,000 for Johnny so he could get his trailer and go live on with his life. Well, in fact, Johnny even moved in with them. So at the end of the day, the question that the case presents is both civil and criminal. Is there a civil responsibility for Kate and Mark in paying the rest of the balance? After all, they're not guardians. And criminal implications, whether or not they stole the money. And that's going to be the face-off this coming week, civil and criminal.
Yeah, and so, Richard, their defense is, we're the keepers of this money because we don't think he's responsible enough. However, we've given him what we think, he can handle right now. But then, Bobbitt is able to help challenge them on what they've done with the money, period, that they may have spent it all on themselves, that they're not saving it for him.
Yes, Fred, it's, my gut tells me, and we don't know here, but look, these people were very nice in trying to do this GoFundMe fundraise for him because they were impressed with him, and it was ludicrous to think that they would ever raise $400,000. They probably figured a couple grand. They got the money. It's like Gordon Gekko in Wall Street. Greed is good? No, it's not good. 400,000, Fred. Temptation. Cats don't chase dogs, Fred. It's pretty simple what happened here. There's a forensic accounting due on Monday. You can't hide from the numbers, Fred. They don't have the money. They spent that money. This is a ruse that we're not
giving it to
because he's a drug addict. They spent it. There was a court order to pay him, and they defied the court order, Fred. It's not good. They're in big trouble. They better make a deal now.
Yeah, so this is what was said on Megyn Kelly today.
During the course of us getting all his proper documents and everything, the red flags were popping up. And right after Christmas, we were going to see my dad, and we deposited $25,000 in his account.
So you did create an account, but you didn't feel comfortable giving the entire $400,000?
Yes, because we saw the pattern that was developing.
That suggested what to you?
That he was going to do something foolish and end up right back where he was.
What specifically?
The drug use, and every dollar he ever touched was used for drugs.
All right, so Avery, they're looking out for his best interest.
Yeah, I think it's cynical to assume that these people broke the law. They seem to be the kind of people that would do the right thing. In fact, that's the whole idea of what's coming up next week. Prosecutor's office looking into it if they stole money. But at the end of the day, it needs to be sorted out. The problem here is we have three elements. We have technology, GoFundMe. We have the law, which requires civil compliance and compliance with the law. And then we have media. So we don't know. We can't assume that anything has been stolen, and it will be sorted out. The question is, in a deposition which has been ordered, if they stole the money, they've got to assert a Fifth Amendment right.
So, Richard, I'll say it again, but this time with more of a question mark. So they're looking out for his best interest? Question mark?
Come on. Come on, Fred, that's BS. They're not looking out for his They spent the money. It's gone. The money's gone. They're taking the fifth. There's a criminal investigation. There's a forensic audit taking place. They're going to get busted here. They better make a deal fast. This judge in the civil case is not having it. She's directed them to appear in court, not allowing the lawyer to take the fifth for them and appear alone. They were directed to turn over the money to him. This thing about he's doing drugs, we don't want to give it to him. Come on, that's ridiculous. They blew the money. It was just too much to deal with. $400,000, Fred. They never thought in their wildest dreams they'd ever raise that much. But what about GoFundMe? How beautiful are they to say, look, if the money was stolen, we'll make it up and give it to them in full.
Guaranteed. That's right.
Amazing and rare in this day and age, Fred.
Yeah. All right. We'll leave
That's
it there
right.
for now. Avery, Richard.
Have faith in humanity, Frederica. Have faith in humanity.
I
think it's gonna be
always
okay.
have faith. Thank you.
I know you do.
All right. Good to see you guys. Thank you so much.